Hmm. Mm. Okay. Oh gosh. Mm. Okay. Oh, it's a day now. It's another day. I collapsed on Bournemouth promenade. Oh, beach yesterday. Um, well, not that you noticed the haircut. I don't notice it much either. Oh gosh. I take my medication for my heart in the morning. Had a little nap, and then got up during the day, and then thought, okay, hair's a little bit thick on the back. Okay, and I thought, okay, I'll take Bear out, get him ready because it's like one of those space shuttle launches, like an STS mission. Got to get everything prepared and checked over, and make sure I've got water bottle filled up. And Bear is secured in the carrier with his harness on, and make sure that the harnesses are secured. Okay, that's quite a bit of prep, but that's a little bit fatiguing. I did feel a little bit fatigued when I was getting everything prepped, and I just didn't have anything to eat this morning. I didn't eat anything. So I had a pizza last night. I had a codfish with vegetables. And then a couple of hours later, what the blazes? I feel like a hankering for a Domino pizza. So I had most of it and put the rest of it in the fridge because I couldn't eat all the rest. Um, had a little ice cream with it, but I didn't eat the ice cream. Um, and a Fanta orange drink. Yeah, and I had that for I don't know. I really don't know. So I'd have thought, that would have passed through, but no, no, I don't know. I don't know. It's something to do with. I'm trying to find the connection. Maybe my nurse, who's dealing with my heart issue and other patients as well, she's a cardiac nurse. So, oh gosh, but I get down to the hairdressers, and that was a bit of a my bloody psoriasis is bloody popping up. It's weird. It's bit here and bit there, and yeah, my friend, yeah, he's absolutely right. My face does look a little bit, yeah, yeah, from the sun. Incidentally, the temperature yesterday was 20 Celsius. Today, temperature would be around about 16 Celsius. I think it was just bad timing. Absolute bad timing because I should have gone to the hairdressers, got my haircut. Bears got out for maybe 20 or 30 minutes or so. And I should have just headed straight back home and then come back and lay on the bed. Uh, but I pushed myself. And knowing I got low blood circulation, so the circulation in the legs, in the upper part of the legs here, which require a certain amount of circulation from the heart chamber, and they're getting very insufficient low blood circulation, so it's not the correct percentage. Um, so normally it would take me 30 minutes to cycle from home down to the beachfront. That was last year, and the year before that, and the year before that. It took me only 30 minutes. Today, or sorry, yesterday, it took nearly an hour because I had to pause every now and then because round here in Bournemouth, there are a lot of hills, and the hills are alive with the sound of. Oh, crikey. I got until I'm down on the promenade on the beach where it's just flat. That's kind of like London. You go to London, and mostly all the roads are flat terrain. You get a couple of hills there and there, but not as many as they are around here. Oh, dear. And I'm not prepared for that because I can't hack it anymore. With my heart, with my heart, I just can't hack it. I'm pushing myself, and that's stupid. Absolute idiocy of me to do that, knowing I've got an issue, and thinking, yeah, I'm going to learn from the lesson. It takes me an hour because when I was exercise biking, I was I was noticing I can't even get up to 30 mile an hour anymore. The most I can even push to is about 16 mile an hour. Um, I think I need some bionics. Do 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 do. I need some bionics. That's what I need. The bionic dog. Woof woof. Um, Crikey. That's bloody idiot. Stupid of me. Idiot. Bloody idiot. I don't feel embarrassed, and in any case, so I get down to the beach. I get down to the Bournemouth Gardens, and then that's after going down all the hills, and then it was straight down Richmond Hill, which is a pretty steep decline. It's probably about that angle. It sucks when you're walking up that hill. It really it really does take it out on you. And I was thinking, what options am I going to have to come back home? Going up the hills, because there's no way I was going to go up Richmond Hill. Richmond Hill is maybe about that length. There's Bath Hill, which is a shorter incline, almost probably about the same angle, but it's a bit shorter. So there's Richmond, and then there's Bath Hill. And I was looking at all the other roads that are around. There's also Old Christchurch Road, which is a little bit less steep incline, but it's a little bit more longer road until I get up to what's called the Lansdowne, where it's then flat terrain road. Then it's a little bit easier than going along until I get up to Winton, and there's just one hill to tackle, go down. If I had the correct percentage of speed and my blood pressure, so blood pressure, I keep saying blood pressure, blood circulation was correct, I could pedal a bit, and then I could just get a little bit up, a little bit easy up on the incline, which is not very steep. It's a very short. It'd be very short. So where the road is about there, and then it's just a short incline. It's only a very short incline. I did manage that easy last year in less than a minute. Didn't take that long because I've got the correct speed, and then you get the correct speed, and then you can glide up it. Need a drink. I've had something to eat. I'll get to that. Oh, excuse me. So, down in Bournemouth Gardens, and then I start feeling a lot more fatigued, and then looking round quickly for a bench because I didn't feel like cycling through the gardens. And so I started walking, and I think that might have put pressure, mostly on the legs, up in this part, and that put pressure due to not having a meal this morning, not having anything to eat. Ah, gosh, stupid, bloody stupid. I mean, that's stupid. And I was looking around for anywhere. Then I start walking around a little bit more, and then I needed to sit down again. Oh, crikey. I wasn't getting very close to the promenade at all. At all. So I had to sit down a few times, and then I kind of felt like a sick feeling in my tummy. There was a little snack place. There was a little like ice cream, get a burger or whatever the heck it was. It was a little outdoor shack cafe. I could have just gone up and got a flipping meal. Why didn't I? Because all I was drinking was water and orange squash um, in the water bottle. That's all I had. I got during getting downtown back through Winton. Bear, my cat Bear started. I could notice he was starting to pant and go panting. I thought, yeah, the heat's getting to him a little bit, and I had to quickly look for a shop. So I go in, get some water because he's not going to drink it from a, I have to put my finger in the water bottle and then put it near his mouth, and so it lapped some of the water. I had to do that. I had to wait in the shop a little bit because I had to sit. There was somewhere in the shop where I had a little bench, and I had to sit on it for a while. I should have just simply. What the fuck is wrong with me? I should have just turned around and bought and gone back home rather than going on pursuing to go downtown. But I haven't been out. I haven't been out for a year, for crying out loud. Give me a break. Nor has my cat. Yeah, my cats have not been out for a year, for crying out. I've got to give them a break and take them out, for crying out. They go stir crazy being indoors. Um, but I think anyway. I'll get so. I'm somewhere on the promenade, and I'm looking for a bench because I'm suddenly feeling a little bit more exhausted, and I want to lay down on the bench. Took my cat Bear out, and he sits on the bench very calmly. Doesn't run off, so I got him on the harness, and so he can't run off. I just lay down, put my helmet on top of my face to shield me from the sun, because it was partly cloudy. So there was sometimes the sun's behind the cloud, and anyway, not really behind the cloud. Anyway, and then I started feeling sick again. It's like a sick feeling in my tummy, and I was thinking, I think it's about time I start to head back home. And I thought I want to get something to eat because I need something to eat. I was looking one way. There's a place called a Harvester. There are lots of them around the UK. Harvester, Toby Carvery, but a Harvester. I thought that's a little bit too far more. That's at least a bit more cycling down the other end of the promenade. But I noticed down the other end, very short nearby, there was like a cafe, and I thought I need to head up there and get a snack, get a meal. But I couldn't even make it that far. I was suddenly getting more fatigued, and then suddenly I collapsed. I just collapsed on the promenade. Um, a couple were very nice. They came up and said, "Are you feeling okay? You want some help?" I mean, I don't want to put burden on other people, for crying out, but it was very nice. Someone was probably thinking, "Oh, it's a bit of a warm day," and thinking someone here has got heat exhaustion or heat stroke. Um, and I was just kind of sat there, laying in this sort of position on the ground, and then suddenly, it just a little bit more overwhelmed, and then I was just like, like that, completely, flipping totally knackered because my blood circulation's not correct. And, and then other people were gathering around and asking, "What's wrong with this guy? You want me to call the paramedics?" They were phoning for the ambulance, for the paramedics, giving all the details to this other guy. So I'm relaying my name and detail so he could call paramedics. But the paramedics, because when you phone the 999, they ask you all these weird questions. Is he feeling this? Is he feeling that? Because they thought it was a heart attack. And I said, no, I'm not having a heart attack. There's no pressure pressing on me, pressing inward, pressing inward. It's not a heart attack. I just had to say it's my blood circulation. It, and then some other council beach people, they turn up, and and then the flipping the Coast Guard, like the David Hasselhoff, the Coast Guard, turned up, and they got very limited resources to check in if anyone's got heat stroke, or because it can happen to anyone. Very few, very few it happens, but it does happen to very few people, and you get, overwhelmed. But the other guy was asking, you know, it's most likely the same thing that happens to me, he says. If I don't have a meal, then my sugar levels are very low, and you're just going to, yeah, because I didn't have anything to eat today, did I? Yesterday, I didn't have anything to eat. So I'm basically drinking fluid with medication, and that's probably not a very good sort of thing. And that's probably how I got overwhelmed. That's stupid. And it was very nice. People came up and they offered me a little Coca-Cola, because it's got a different fizz and sugar, whatever to it, whatever. And I had some of that, to try and replenish or whatever the heck it's got, you know. And someone offered me a Kit Kat. As I said, I want to go down there and get a burger or something. But someone gone down and grabbed a Kit Kat. Like what he say is, have a break, have a Kit Kat. And I just ate some of that to get some sugar, sort of level going. And then eventually they helped me up to see if I can stand up. And I felt a little bit stable. And they gave me a little drive in their little car, in their little, down the promenade. The other guy was pushing my bike with my cat bear in it, and I got in the, just said, it was very nice. But I wasn't doing that for attention. You think I'm crying out loud? I want to do that for attention, to try and next time I go out and make sure I have a meal before I go out. Not just go out thinking, oh, I've taken my morning medication. Do I feel like okay, sort of thing? Because the blood circulation is a very complicated thing. And the medication which is trying to get my heart chamber corrected. I've been on I've been on the other medication. I'm on a new type of medication because the cardiac nurse is thinking I should be on another type medication to get the heart chamber. But I don't know. I'm going for another heart ultra scan soon. So see what the story is. Is my heart moving like that, or is it still doing this? Because if it's still doing that, that's not good. It's heart failure. I did ask them and say, hey, could you give me that push, that electric, to stop the heart and then restart me up, like rebooting the system, like a computer has a similar thing or whatever, and you reboot it and then it starts up again correctly. But it's a little bit more, yeah, very, very iffy, dodgy. Because if it doesn't, it could be catastrophic. It could be, I could end up dying. At least I wouldn't have too many things then to worry about. But I know what the score is. What? But when that happens, I know what the score is. Oh dear, it's very trying time. I think because if you're doing things wrong in your life or it could happen to you in your late 30s. It's very likely it's going to happen sometime during, maybe possibly, I don't know what the percentage rating is, in your 40s. It's most likely in your 50s. um but I see a lot of other people, they're healthy. They're jogging, like, they got their dog on their leash and they're jogging along the promenade, and I'm thinking, wow, look at that guy going jogging along, wave. Um, yeah, look at that guy. Yeah, wow. He runs along the promenade. Dog likes running, so he likes jogging. Keeps you. Yeah, can't do that with a cat because a cat's not going to, you know, do that sort of thing. You need a dog. It's a different cat does what it wants to do when it pleases. Yeah. Mm. So that's it. That's a short video. So that's just basically yesterday. I don't have any video of the episode, because I didn't have my camera recording at the time. Um, it was on the bike, and I didn't have it recording or anything at the time. So yeah, it's very nice. But other people came along, and they were jogging, and not to spoil their day, but um, just don't do that again. Have something to eat. I've got a little bit more pizza in the fridge that I haven't finished yet. I'll have that maybe for breakfast and with a pasty or something. But I'm not going out on the bike today. No way. I'm going to relax. I've got to contact my nurse, my cardiac nurse, and tell her about the issue, so that put it in the data file sort of thing. So the patient. Stupid. Yeah, it's interesting. When I was getting down to Richmond Hill, which is a bit of a drop, and then it's then very easy then to coast all the way down into the promenade. I saw this guy near on a bus stop, and he parked his bike on near the bus stop, and he was doing bench pressing on the seat, the what's it? He was doing some press ups. I thought if I tried doing that, I thought maybe I'd just about do a few of them, but I don't know if it's going to make me feel any better. With I don't know. It's not like I needed to stretch out today. Yesterday, stretch out. It's not like I needed to stretch out. Just down there, didn't have anything to eat before I go out. It's stupid, for crying out loud. Bloody idiotic. Sometimes I can be really, I can be a real dick sometimes. I know I got this issue, and I'm trying, and I'm thinking, I'm not taking it serious anymore. Well, yesterday's a wake up, so I'm not going to repeat that again. But if I saw someone else had the problem, yeah, I'd get down there and help them. It's weird. It's weird because my blood circulation. It's weird with the heart movement. It's very weird. Um, I get this pins and needles in my hands sometimes, and that's very strange. I'm going to have to ask them. I'm going to have to ask my cardiac nurse about that, because I'm not even laying on my arm or anything, and usually that's when you get pins and needle, and it's usually in this hand. Um, Weird. So I'll see if I can get the scoop, the information on that. Other than that, when I was coming back, because I was told by the council guys, they say you could get on a bike. I've gone on I've gone on the bus before and taken my bike. I don't know when that last time. I don't know when that time was, but I get to a bus and I say I want to bring the bike on the bus, and I was told I can't bring the bike on the bus. I thought, what? I said I've got heart issues. I need to get back home. They weren't. They weren't. Yeah, they weren't having it. So, and I was thinking, well, buggies, baby buggies, they go on a bike. They're a lot more wider than a bike, and usually, sometimes you see about two buggies on a bike, on a bike, on a bus. You know, and they don't want to have a crying out loud. And then this coloured girl was walking up to the bus. When the bus doors were closing and she taps on the window, they could see her. They could see her in the mirrors. Oh, the bus just drives on. I thought, that's so fucking bus drivers. Cried out loud. They see her and they just fucking, oh, they don't want to take on another passenger. Oh, well, that's their loss. Oh, fucking ignorant they are, bus drivers. They really are. I don't know about if it's more buses because there used to be yellow Bournemouth buses. Maybe that's what the council the guy was thinking. Maybe the last time he went on a bus with his bike might have been when they had yellow buses, and now they got more buses. They probably got different policy. I know you could take a bike on a train. You could take a bike on a train. Um, yeah, so I just end up basically cycling home, but I had to stop off somewhere and get something to eat. I wanted to stop off somewhere down in the town and get something to eat. I went into a Witherspoons. It's where Mary Shelley, the Frankenstein. Mary Shelley did Frankenstein. She lived in Bournemouth. Um, and there's this place downtown called the Mary Shelley. The Mary Shelley. I went in there, looked around, waved my hand around for service. Crikey, someone said, you got to go up to the bar. And I thought, oh, for crying out loud, I can't get the bike up there. I've got to go up the steps and, oh, for crying out, I'll go elsewhere. Try and get a meal, a snack, because I need it for my blood pressure, my blood circulation. I stopped off at the Turtle Bay. It's a nice little restaurant, Turtle Bay, and had something called what the heck was it called now? Something Yabba or Jabba, like a burger, chicken, like a chicken spicy with an egg on top, with something that looked like a pancake. But I asked the waiter, and I said, "Is this a pancake?" And he said, "No, no, no. It's like a bread sort of thing, whatever, and you can use it with curry and other dishes, etc." I'm like, okay. I found it a little bit awkward to eat, but I managed to get some, intake, um, and then had a nice pineapple pineapple juice, pineapple juice with ice in it. They even put crushed ice in this little glass thing with pineapple in, and you pour it into glass. So there was ice in the glass, so it was nice and chilled. Put it against my head. Oh, that takes the edge off. That takes the edge off. Got improvise and don't do it in public. Don't be stupid. Crikey, cool yourself down. Oh, yeah. It was an okay That was an okay snack. Bit awkward on the other one. Chewing on the other thing was awkward. Um, yeah, people coming up see my cat. Oh, that's a lovely cat. Can I pet him? And a couple of people, they want to take pictures of the cat. Oh dear. And then I went up where I was located. I went up a hill that wasn't too long. It didn't take too long to get up to until it got flat, leveled out. If I had gone the other way and went up Old Christchurch Road, it would have taken a little bit longer until it levels out. And this other guy was cycling by. Oh, you got a cat? Oh, wow, in the bag. Oh, and a phone. Oh, you're going to be famous. I thought, what? Famous? What are you talking about? I said, no, this is not for attention, for crying out loud. I don't looking for fame. Crying out loud. No, I just like taking my cat out. They're indoors, for crying out loud. And though other people do rarely take their cat out on a bike, it's uncommon. But then, a couple came walking along the promenade. They noticed me with the cat and they said, "Cool, wow, I've never seen that cat out here before. Can I take a picture? I'm going to send this to my daughter in America." And I said, "Did you see the other guy that was going along the promenade with the little dog on his shoulder?" No, I didn't see that, I'm afraid, because I was laying down just to try and get my energy back or something, which I didn't see that. Although I have seen, I think it was last year, there was a little dog called Dudley. I still remember the name of the dog, called Dudley, and it was in one of those e-bikes that you grab and you put him on the front of the bike, so the little dog was there, and that was cute. Yeah, it's not often that you see people with little dogs. You wouldn't see Alsatians or anything like that, but little dogs on a bike. That's cute. It makes people smile. Is that too much to ask? Is that too much to ask for? And the cat, oh crikey, I don't know how many. And coming back home, because I stopped off at a friend's and just calm down, had a few little nibbles of food or something. And after about maybe 30 or maybe 40 minutes, I sat down in his seat. And then suddenly I tried to stand up, and then suddenly I realized, oh, I can't stand up very easy. And it was the pressure around here. And I just couldn't stand up easy. I said, "Give me a hand." And he was being humorous. "Oh, here's a hand." He's not taking it seriously. Like, "Give me a hand so I could get up on my feet." Oh, it was a heck of a jolt. Because I think that was all the fatigueness of the day. Not that I've been cycling a lot. I've been out for probably about 5 hours or so today. 5 hours or 6 hours. Yeah, it's just give me a hand, get up, and just stretching, walking around. So yeah, I know I'm gonna have issues in the upper part of the legs here. I know I'm gonna have issues now. It's gonna be on and off. And I say, like a friend says, get one of those electric bikes. You got this problem, blah blah blah. But I just don't want to be dependent on, because the moment okay, it'd be easy going up a hill. Great, okay, fine. I just don't want to lose the independence. But I think I'm gradually am going to lose the independence, and then it's eventually going to be push comes to shove, and I'm going to have to think, I'm going to have to sell my bike because I can't manage it anymore. I can't. I want to be independent. Keep the independence of my. But if they're going to fail, then I don't want to be in a mobility scooter, for crying out loud. For God's sakes, that's the last thing I want to be in, a mobility scooter. Absolutely not. Still get home deliveries for groceries, so what the heck? I just have to consult with the cardiac nurse to figure out, what is required. What would be required? So, I'm gonna have to get a prescription for my psoriasis here because it doesn't bother me, but oh crikey, I've got to get this bloody. I've got a hair stuck in my ear canal. I've got a little. It's touching my eardrum. It's rubbing against my eardrum. A little tiny bit of hair. It's stuck on top of the ear canal, and it's touching the eardrum. And every now and then, I can hear this like scraping sound. I've got the tools to do it. I can do it myself, but I've got to put the camera in position, then put the probe thing in to the little wasset, and then get the hair, and then just remove it. I've done that several times. It's so common that sometimes you get a hair when you go hairdressers, you get rogue hairs. But especially when they use the hairdryer, and you got hairs on and they float around and down the ear canal it goes. And you probably think, oh, I'm hearing these weird sounds. Yeah, that's a hair stuck down your ear canal. You go to your doctor and they'll put the what's it thing down and have a little quick look. But they might see it or they might not see it. Because sometimes they don't give it they don't give it enough long duration to look, and it's just a hair, for crying out. Yeah. I haven't got wax build up, so it's just occasionally I get a hair stuck down there. I tried removing it; it's still stuck down. It's been down there for about a month or so now. I tried getting it out, and I thought, "Oh crikey, I give up," because it's very awkward with the probe thing. Because when I got to latch on to where the hair is, and then extract the hair. Otherwise, I'll be scraping the ear canal. The ear canal is very sensitive tissue, skin tissue. It's very sensitive. Oh, I've got to have a piss. Oh, crikey. Oh, check my distilled water thing. See how that's coming along. Oh gosh. Oh, gosh, get a refill. I'm gonna check that water distiller. Oh gosh. What's going on? That's okay. It's good. Oh, God. Oh, it's been cooked. It's in the fridge. So, no. It's nice coming back. Nice coming back. Not too much problem on the bike. But the difference between being on a bike and walking and being on a bike are two different dynamics of pressure. Because obviously you feel a bit more weight pressure when walking, less so when you're on a bike, because you're on the saddle. You got, as long as the bike's moving and you got it counterbalanced, it seems to be less pressure on my legs if I'm in a right blood circulation situation. If I'm in the correct blood circulation, then it's okay. If I'm not, then it's going to be very tough. It's going to be very awkward. Oh, yeah, but coming back, this little couple in their car suddenly drove by, noticed the cat in the carrier, and then oh whoa, there was no other traffic on the road, and we just stop in the middle of the road. I say, "Why? Do you want to pet the cat?" He said, "Yeah, I would like to pet the cat." She said, "Oh, how nice! Can I take a picture of the cat?" And because they say, "Oh, I know other people. I know a friend, and she likes to take a cat out or on the cat out." I think she says like to take a cat out because it's uncommon. It's uncommon that you see a cat on a bike, or even a cat being walked on the leash harness. Some cats really like to walk along, like the Sigridge cat in London. The Sigridge cat, Travis and Sigridge, and when he puts his cat on, on the ground, it starts walking like a dog. Huh. I try that with my cats. Nope, they're not interested. They'll only walk when they want to. I can't move them, but no. This other cat, Sigridge, it starts trotting along, and yeah. My cat Bear or Magic, they just like relaxing if I take them out. Bear was very relaxed today, very relaxed. But he didn't want to eat much. But when I was round with friends and I give him a little meaty stick, suddenly he's interested because he's now in a different environment, because it's not all the smells and sound that's surrounding him. Because I try give him a meaty stick, but he's just not interested. But it happened once with Magic. I took Magic out, went round with friends, and I thought, okay, I'll try feeding him. I had a little gourmet, one of these little gourmets. Maybe I'll take one of these out next time and see if Bear might be interested in that. But I'm thinking, he's probably not going to be. I might as well just try meaty sticks, because if I open that and he doesn't interest, I can put it in a bag or something and then bring it home and then serve it up to Magic, because he'd be more. Bear's not really particularly interested in these. Weird. Can't understand that. Maybe if I should have stopped at a pizza restaurant, Bear might have been interested in pizza. Maybe. I know Magic's trying to get this pizza, but I can't give him that because it'll give him diarrhea. Because the ingredients are not very good for a cat. So just got to take a little, I know you like pizza, but you had whisker and you had some whiskers. I, Yeah, maybe next time I'll take maybe take a tin of ravioli with me, or a pasty, so I can nibble on something, so I can still get some intake because of my blood circulation. I can eat that raw. It's already been cooked. You know, all you're doing is heating it up. That's all you're doing. It's already been prepped and cooked and all that, so you can eat it raw, or maybe a tin of ambrosia. Never know how they do it, or even a tin of baked beans, protein. It's already been. They're already. You can eat them cold. You know, you don't have to heat them up. You can have them cold with a salad. No, I'm going to give this to the foxes. You can't eat it, boys. Give that to the foxes. I should have took maybe some oranges, little oranges with me. It's not much of a meal and an orange. Not much of a meal. So, still bit shaky walking around, a bit slow. Just wondering how many calorie or whatever. I think I put some weight back on, but not too much. So it's getting the exercise in a way where I can sweat. Okay. It's also possible that some of the medication could be contributing because there are videos that show some patients that have been on certain heart medication have noticed other strange effects. So it's likely, possibly. Don't know if I should check myself on my ECG, but I think my ECG is a little bit miscalibrated, and I haven't got the test equipment to calibrate it. And it's very oldie machine. I might as well get a slightly newer one that's cheap, that's discontinued from or has been not in use in hospital medical because they changed update the technology or such. The machine might as well get some because it takes quite a while for my ECG to start up. Yeah, I've got to restart it, until I see the the readings on the graph, thing for boop, 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 boop. That's how my heart should be going. Boop, 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 boop. Not going boop, 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 like that. That's not correct. Yeah, the oxygen level is okay. though sometimes it drops a fraction bit and then it goes back up again with pulse rate because it should be like an average oxygen level 97 over. If I'm in this position, it should be normally 97 or 98 over about 80, I would say, about 80, if not 75. It should be about that sort of range, but it's still steadily near about 90 or whatever. Sometimes when I turn it on and I look at the ECG, suddenly it's like 130 or something. I think, how the heck's it going up to 130? Then it drops back down. The numbers, the values, they drop back down. But that's not what bothers me too much. It's my actual pulse rate because it should be boop, 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 like a triangle shape, and it should repeat that every per second. I've got a friend, and his heart rate is going more like because I can remember the sound it makes. And I've tested the ECG on other people and noted the sound on their pulse rate, but they don't understand it in too much in science. Yeah, I just got a hankering to. No, I just got a way to memorizing sound, so I don't have to see the actual graph. I can tell by just listening to it. And if it was, like I say, making, if it was doing that, then I know there's something not right. And they need to get themselves checked with a doctor. Well, maybe hospital because they'll do a bit more thorough. Sometimes you don't, you got a book appointment, and that if you go into the hospital, you probably get seen to. You've got to wait a bit. It's not too much of a waiting time, mind you. But if you had to wait 2 weeks or something until you get a 12 trace ECG at a medical doctor's surgery, you might as well just go down to hospital and just say, there's something not right with my heart. And they'll say, well, please wait over there. It's different when the paramedics come up to check you and then think, crikey, we can't leave you like this. Your heart rate's a little bit too fast, and they'll put you in A&E. You'll go through the process a little quicker. That's the trick to it. But if you go to a doctor's and they know your heart rate, so they should immediately refer you to the hospital because they're going to have a little bit more to do and could give you medication. They probably figure it, it might be a heart irregular heartbeat sort of thing, and then put you on the correct medication. If you're feeling pressing in, then that's a heart attack issue. It could be a mini heart, it could be a mini heart attack, or it could be a full blown heart attack. In likely cases, they'll probably put a stent. If it's a bit more serious, then they'll probably have to do an open surgery operation. But it's better today. The technologies and everything's improved. I've been reading other people saying, they've had this issue with, and the procedure is come quite a way today. When decades ago it was, yeah. And I guess in another 10 years or 20 years, whatever, it'll improve even more with the research, the studying of it, and the research and the medical techniques. Yeah. Anyway, that's I'll give it up to about 1 hour and I'll stop it because that's just about all said. So I just got to remember to eat something. Oh, as I feel at the moment, I feel like 90% plus 90 because I can still sense the legs. I can still sense they're a bit uncertain. I feel about 90% of them are about plus 90, but not 100%. I haven't been 100% since last year. I don't know how. Well, I suppose it was just something creeping up very slowly. I thought it was the mayonnaise that caused the issue. I thought it was the mayonnaise. Because it's weird. I had some mayonnaise in a squeezy bowl. I had two of them in the fridge. And I finished one of them and I went to open up the second one. But I was thinking, when I undid the cap on top of the mayonnaise, and I probably checked something, it looked like, yeah, it's weird, but I consumed some of the mayonnaise, and then I was thinking, a couple of days later, I was just feeling absolutely lousy. I'm not sure if it was a day later or a couple of days later. And I just felt absolutely suddenly, boom, lousy. Didn't know what was going on. And then I was thinking, wait a second. Did that mayonnaise, that second bottle that I opened, did it have a little label? It's like a sealed label. So you unscrew the cap and then you got a label and then you peel it off. Okay. But I was pretty certain there wasn't a label on it. And yeah, it's likely it could have been spiked. Someone going around the shops, opening up the, and then peeling they take the label off and put something inside it that could have maybe, I don't know. It's very awkward. It's not like it, I don't know. It made me feel absolutely lousy. Could be the mayonnaise. It might not be. It might not be. But it's not uncommon. You go to a shop, buy some ice cream, chalk ices or ice lollies. And when you open it up, you open them up from the box, and then you notice one of them. You think, what the blazes? Some cheeky bugger has had their teeth in that ice lolly or that chalk ice. When you peel the paper off the chalk, and they think, what the blazes? Someone's had a nibble on it. Oh, for crying out! That's health and health and health hygiene, self whatever regular. Oh, that's bullshit. You gotta have your nerve to do that. Well, I guess some people are a bit hungry, aren't they? They like ice creams, don't they? But no, you don't do that. They got break times and they have a meal. You don't chew on the ice lollies when they're going along the conveyor belt, and then you put it in the wrapper and you stick it in the box. QC, quality control checking. Ooh, that's not like the first time. It's many times. I'm sure other customers have probably noticed. They get a box one time and it's some cheeky buggers had a nibble on the chalk ices. Oh dear. Oh, anyway, that's it. 1 hour coming up, over and out. 1, 2, 3, over.